Hi, I'm Ricky, this is Colm and Aiden, and we'll be discussing Site 5.
Today we'll be talking about common problems you might see in a stream. A major problem is an eroded bank. Eroded banks usually caused by the rise of water levels, which washes away the bank. Vegetation isn't able to grow because of the 90-degree slope, and the soil constantly runs off into the stream, which increases the temperature and sedimentation levels. Over time, this causes the stream to widen. A way to fix an eroded bank is to build a fascine, which is a bundle of sticks or rods that strengthen the soil in order to stop erosion. Another method of preventing erosion can be done by leveling the bank so it has a less extreme slope. Then a brush mat is laid down, leading to the water line. This forces the water to go over the brush and not damage the bank. And finally, plants and vegetation are planted on the bank so the soil is secured.
And I'm going to tell you about another problem in our stream, which is the lack of riffle run pool. Riffles are those areas where the water runs and bubbles over top of rocks. Run is the water's flow after the riffle, and the pool is just the area where the water slows down. This is super important in a stream system, and I'm going to explain why. Riffles put oxygen into the water through the act of aeration. This happens when the water bubbles and flows over the bumpy rocks, which traps oxygen into the water. Riffles also ensure that the water is moving, which keeps the water from absorbing too much sun, which ensures the water stays nice and cool. The rocks in riffles also trap food and provide protection for some animals. The run after the riffle also makes sure the flow keeps going and also contributes to keeping the water cool. The pool at the end is an area of no flow and deep water to provide space for habitat. We lose riffles, runs, and pools when we allow stream banks to erode, which lowers water levels and causes the flow of the water to slow down dramatically. A stream will also have a lack of riffle if there's not enough rocks in a stream in one area. The best way to strengthen the riffle in a stream is to put rocks into one area and narrow the banks. This is called a wing deflector. After the riffle, make sure the bank stays narrow so the run also flows well. Then at the end, dig a deep area to make a pool.
I will be talking to you about the final issue of our section of the stream, the lack of flow the water had. This lack of flow the stream had impacted its general health. When streams are wide, slow, and in direct sunlight, they tend to warm up. All water has its own levels of dissolved oxygen, and the warmer the water is, the less oxygen it contains. Fish, of course, need oxygen like all other living organisms do. If the stream has a low oxygen level because of its warm water, there is not enough oxygen to go around to the organisms and they may suffocate. While the low flow of the stream has harmful effects on the dissolved oxygen levels, the temperature levels are also a big concern. Higher temperature levels happen to wide and slow-moving water, while cold water happens when the stream is fast and narrow. Warm waters are not as good as cold waters because they limit the amount of species that are able to survive in the stream. Wide streams do not have a fast flow. The wider the area is, the more area there is to fill with water. This excess of area means that the water from the stream will fill the containing space, which slows the flow down. If the area is narrow though, then the flow of the water will increase and may even produce oxygen through a newly created riffle. This fast-flowing water will also cool the stream down. This can be done through the use of wing deflectors. Wing deflectors narrow the area of flow and are made with natural elements such as rocks, dirt, and logs. They can appear in many forms such as a small area of land jutting into the stream and narrowing the flow, or a tree trunk blocking off the surface of the stream. Since wing deflectors speed up the flow of the stream and may create a riffle, this means that the wing deflector may also assist in the issue involving the lack of riffle run pool systems.
In conclusion, there can be many issues involved with any area of a stream, especially having a 90-degree bank. All of these problems can be solved one way or another through practical and sometimes cheap methods. We as humans need to take responsibility for these issues plaguing our streams, because we are the reason that most of these issues exist in our time. These issues didn't exist 500 years ago, or at least not in a way that nature couldn't self-correct itself. We caused these problems, so we need to work to fix them.